Hey everybody, thanks for hitting that subscribe button, and thanks for hitting the download on the podcast. Hit that subscribe button on YouTube, and hit that bell on the side so you know when our videos are going to drop, whether it be the podcast, collective gaming, or any of the other wonderful videos that we drop. Also, listen to us on Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, Anchor, and Droid Podcasts. But always remember,
get that leg!
and we are live
Yeah!
on Facebook. Woo!
Celebration.
Woo!
It's like a new year over again.
Oh, good lord. So as I'm gathering my bearings here, Jerry, while I'm gathering my bearings here on Facebook and YouTube, not YouTube, just Facebook and our
FaceTube.
OBS system. How was your New Year? Even though I was with you on the New Year, but how was it?
Well, it couldn't have been better because you were there.
Really?
To really just start off with the warmest of sentiments to you, Christian.
Really? Huh. That's interesting.
It was very bromantic.
Very, very bromantic.
Bromantic between about 10 people and then Kyle's girlfriend.
Oh, of course. Well, so,
Is that like your hashtag?
yeah, it's my hashtag. So this is going to be a little impromptu, I guess. We're testing out the Facebook streaming, how we can stream and stuff. But, so my New Year was...
Talk about impromptu.
Yeah, my New Year was okay, I guess. It wasn't, like, eventful. Aside from, like, the party and stuff that we had, it was pretty uneventful. The day after, I just pretty much stayed home and did nothing.
Not to talk about the weather, because that's the most basic thing you could do, but the weather was beautiful on New Year's Day.
It was very cold outside. Baby, it was cold outside.
Oh, baby,
Oh,
it's definitely
good Lord.
cold outside now.
No. And we can't get past the podcast without saying Joe Falanti has joined us on the stream. Oh,
Look
my
at
God.
him, Joe. There we go.
So,
Joe, say hi.
God. So anyway, not to start out the new year in a drag, Jerry, but we had our first celebrity death, like the day after New Year's. You not being a wrestling fan probably won't know who it was.
Oh,
but,
I think I heard this. Who was it again?
Mean Gene Okerland?
No, I don't.
No?
Unfortunately,
He's got the mustache. He's got a bald. He interviewed like all the
Still sad though.
all the wrestlers, all the big wrestlers.
How old is he?
Oh.
With that reaction, he's definitely a legend then.
Yeah, well, I was like 80, 70. He was in his 70s.
Yeah, but God bless though. He definitely lived a life.
He had 3 kidney surgeries.
Oh man, that's something.
I'm sorry, kidney replacements, I think. If I'm remembering this correctly, as I spill water on my laptop. So you have no
We're gonna
memories
get a
of
professional napkin guy.
so you have no memories of him, Jerry. I can't believe this. At least you.
I feel like once you show me a picture, I'm gonna be like, oh man.
Oh well, okay. Well, I would, but grab it, but on.
But talk about impromptu though.
I haven't really fixed everything up to the point that I can actually like go all Joe Rogan on us and be able to like do the computer stream and stuff. But
yeah.
It is what it is. So I have some memories of Mean Gene Okerland. I didn't really watch early WWE or WCW because I wasn't allowed to. Cause
Oh, mommy said no.
yeah, my mom was like, "No, you'll jump off of the walls."
Did you watch The Simpsons instead? Because I feel like that was the big.
I wasn't allowed to watch The Simpsons neither, Jerry.
See, it's so weird. Like, I got away with watching The Simpsons at, like, 8 years old.
Really?
There's times where I even question myself. I'm like, how did my parents not know I was doing this for, like, 3 years? And then it's funny because I was 11 and they're like, why are you watching that show? You can't watch it. I'm like,
you know what?
Mom, I know more than you do.
I started watching The Simpsons, like when I was like 11 or 12, I guess, and that was way after, the show started to suck. If that makes sense.
So now, there's always this interesting, like, debate. It's like Coke, Pepsi, Family Guy, Simpsons. I feel like The Simpsons, to me, everyone's a little bit different. I feel like they're better than Family Guy.
The Simpsons?
I would say so.
I'm more of an American Dad fan.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you've said that, like, a few times on the podcast, and I can definitely understand that, too. But just between those two for a second, I just think The Simpsons is more consistent. They take more chances. They're more creative in their stories, to me.
Yeah, no, I mean, they are a lot more consistent than, I guess, Family Guy. Family Guy just relies on, like, cheap fart jokes, I guess.
And not for nothing, they work. They definitely work. Not to blow smoke or anything, but still.
Well, with America, it's funny because you know me and, I guess, Ian and stuff, we all, like, our media, like, to talk about politics and stuff a lot. I mean, is that an understatement?
A lot.
Right, guys in the chat room? And,
right, Joe?
No, John's here. And,
oh, John.
So we'll get to John in a second. I just like American Dad because it's like the main character is from the CIA, and his daughter's a liberal, and his wife's a dumb blonde, and his kid's horny, and they have like an alien.
And welcome to Staten Island.
We'll get to we'll get to that in a second, Staten Island. But no, I just like American Dad because it's to me it's a lot, I guess, smarter comedy than anything.
Well, it's always been on that forefront of more or less political savviness.
Yeah.
So I guess people appreciated like the nuance of it over time.
Yeah, I've been binging on it on Hulu since I got Hulu, or in Joe's
anti-Netflix elitist.
No, or in Joe's I guess verbiage. I stole it because I use my friend Giuseppe's Hulu account. Like I use Joe's Netflix account and I use Giuseppe's Hulu account.
This guy's got an exchange going on.
Oh yeah, and then like
what do you use my YouTube Red after this?
I use Jimmy's New Japan Wrestling account and he uses my WWE account. So it's just funny. But speaking of Staten Island...
I'm very speechless by these trade deals, Christian.
By his trade deal? Oh,
yeah.
I did the best trade deals ever.
I believe it.
Nobody's had the best trade deals but me. No one. I make the best trade deals.
Dow Jones is up 500 points.
Yeah. This was the worst trade deal ever.
You're welcome.
So speaking of Staten Island, you piqued my interest here on Staten Island stuff. Staten Island, they have that show coming out, Made in Staten Island.
Oh yes. Do you know when it's like gonna premiere?
I think it premiered already. If you guys in the chat room would like let me know if it did premiere or not. No, it's getting a lot of backlash. I could tell you that.
I mean, can you really be surprised though? And I'm sure by like the hometown of who we are, they're probably gonna get backlash the most by us because like you're kind of like forecasting and reiterating these stereotypes about like Staten Island. Now I feel like as somebody who's seen like some of the gentrification and the uprisings of certain things, especially in small business and stuff, I feel like it's starting to get old.
I just feel like we went through this already.
Yeah.
Like with
it's like history shouldn't repeat itself on this.
No, it's like Jersey Shore. It's like Jersey Shore, we went through this already. Everybody was like, "Oh, you from Staten Island, Jersey Shore, the TV show. Is it really like that?" And I look at them and I go, "No." Like very, very. I think
I gotta say you're like that. Though.
I think 5% of the population of Staten Island is like that. I don't know. What do you think, Jay? Is it like that? Are my numbers too low?
Well, for me, they're all upstairs. I call them Daddy Boombots up there.
Daddy Boombots.
Daddy Boombots.
And Mama Boombots. Yeah, but Made in Staten Island is I don't particularly think it's going to be a popular show. Although I may be wrong because, Jersey Shore is so big. They have a spin-off now for Florida. That takes place in Florida.
You know what I feel like it's all going to turn into? Like the Real World versus Road Rules challenges?
Yeah.
I could see it being like Jersey Shore, mob wives, they'll form like alliances.
Wasn't there a show called Married to the Mob or something? Or was that a movie?
Married to the Mob.
Married to the Mob. Was that a movie or was that
I'm not sure.
I'm trying to remember.
And Christian is on the search.
Oh no, I'm not. I'm just.
Jeopardy music awaits us.
I'm making sure everything works properly. Yeah. Oh, so who did we meet from the Jersey Shore when we were working at that event?
Vinny's uncle, who owns like a men's salon, like a men's salon and with hair and stuff like that.
That's like 5 minutes away from here, right?
Think so, yeah. It's in that it's kind of like in Veterans Road in one of those plazas.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Modern Mail.
Yeah, Modern Mail. Oh yeah, yeah, that's what I remember. But who did we meet? It was Vinny, right? You said.
Well, we saw Vinny afterwards.
Yeah, and then he was driving a Lamborghini.
Just nonchalantly.
I was just looking at him like so pretentious and, yo, here's my Lamborghini. I'm just like, get out of here. Fuck off. Get out of here. I'm in rare form, Jerry.
Oh, boy.
I'm just like, fuck off. Like, my God. I didn't even shake his hand. I remember writing, like, the worst Facebook stats about, like, why am I not excited about this? And everybody's like,
hey, let me tell you, when our Patreon gets $5, I'm going to lease you a Lamborghini.
Oh, good Lord. No, not, well, just get me a Mustang. And let's just call it even, I guess.
Okay, $3.
$3? Okay. So, again, more wrestling stuff, Jerry. And Jerry, you're just.
I'm just having my resting smiley.
Oh yeah, you're just like, yes, wrestling, yes.
Yes.
I'll get to wrestling in a bit, but over this past weekend, Jerry, we had a gaming event. That was streaming on YouTube for the first time ever. You were there. I was there.
Oh, from John's party. Yes.
From John Gregorio, who's live in the chat room right now. We had our very first streaming event for Collective Gaming before the season premiered. It is we streamed Super Smash Brothers Ultimate, and I could say that I suck at it. I suck at it. There was no repeat performance, Jerry, from you transferring over from Mario Party to Smash Bros.
I know.
I was never a big
Smash. I got nothing to talk about.
You got nothing to talk about. we have no...
No, I actually do have something to talk about after when you left. So, did anyone tell you that I versed Jen, John's girlfriend, in playing that game?
Yeah, what happened?
So, we both have no idea what we're doing. We're kind of like just doing whatever we can to survive. All in quotations over here. So, we start pushing each other over the ledge thing. And we both die at the same time.
Okay.
And then the second one, for some reason, I think she dies first, and then I die right after. Again, no, physical conflict or whatever. All accidental. And then the third one, we actually started, fighting in the game. Yeah. And then she actually beat me. I'm like, wow, bow down to me for being the biggest loser of the night.
Well, now we got to have you and Jen face each other in a Mario Party, see who really the champion.
Oh, yeah.
But it was a 32-person Smash Bros. Tournament. It's on the YouTube channel, Caputo Collective YouTube channel, and as I take a sip of my drink, and it's about 2 hours. I don't expect you guys to watch the 2 hours worth, but it's very.
I couldn't even watch 2 hours live at John's house.
Oh yeah, no, but we had 32-man tournament. What was funny about that was that we had 32 people in it. We didn't have enough people, so we used bots, the computers.
Oh yeah.
And the computer was beating everybody. So we were cracking jokes about how
Google's taking over.
What?
Google's taking over.
Google's taking over, and the Terminator, and it's Skynet because John put the level up too high.
What was it, level 9?
It was level 8. So I was telling my friend Giuseppe, and he goes, if they're getting their ass kicked by level 8, then they got issues, because when Giuseppe shows up, he's gonna wreck everybody, he says. And I'm like, well, there's gonna be another one when the DLCs come out, and we'll live stream that also on the Caputo Collective
got a lot of plans in the work with that game and stuff.
Oh yeah. I forgot who won, but thankfully it wasn't a computer.
Yeah.
Thankfully. But
I think it was John's friend Frank or something like that.
Yeah. And I still remember the funny line that Joe said was like, we were standing outside and Jerry looks at, I forgot who was outside who you walked in with. Jerry's like, I don't even like video games. I don't even know why I'm here. I'm like, that's why we have you on the podcast.
Exactly.
Right? So side note real quick for the video games. We just launched the new season of Collective Gaming. Well, season 1.5, I guess, if you want. Because
I thought it was 1.7.
No, because the first season we had the massive hard drive failure and we had a whole other things popping up, so I couldn't really commit to like replaying all the games that I played in the hard drive. But it's 1.5. We launched day after New Year's. It was January 2nd, and we had Shadows of the Empire, which just dropped. Actually, literally, the third episode just dropped like an hour and a half ago.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, and so there's that. We're playing Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time, and we're playing Donkey Kong 64, and that's going to take us into May, which will be the week of my birthday. I didn't plan it out like that.
I'm gonna plan it out right now for your birthday.
Oh yeah.
Hey guys, comment in the thing or whatever and be like, what should Christian do for his birthday?
Oh,
Joe's gonna
Lord.
have the plans already commenced.
Oh, good Lord.
For his birthday at least.
Speaking of gifts, Jerry, what'd you get for Christmas?
Okay, so the Google Home finally is introduced to the house. My dad is completely technologically challenged. He has no idea what he's doing. He just got an iPhone recently, and I'm just going to give you some perspective as far as how he uses it. He goes like this when he tries to scroll and like click on the internet. This is how he clicks on the internet. So I'm looking at him, I'm like, Dad, you are really getting the times. Like, I feel like you're futuristic. This is like 2050 for you right here.
He's got to run the city, but that's another thing. Anyway, continue.
So we get the Google Home. My dad's starting to talk to it at first, and he's like, wow, I really like this thing. You know, good job and everything. Good job, son. I'm proud of you.
Good job, son.
So I'm like, okay, there we go. I'm free on that one at least. So it's Christmas dinner. Dad's trying to tell it to like stop playing music because he wants to watch the football game.
Oh, good Lord.
So you know how like when you like it logs out accidentally and you have to log back in for it to listen to you? Mm-hmm. My dad doesn't realize this. He keeps yelling at Google. And pretty much in the context of Bill O'Reilly, he goes, this fucking thing sucks!
Did it start playing Back That Ass Up?
It started playing We'll Do It Live right off the bat.
We'll Do It Live! Oh, good Lord. Everybody's telling me to look at my comments. It's
Oh, are you getting another Christmas present, Christian?
No. They're telling me they forgot about it. I was currently online getting my ass kicked. Guys, for some reason I can't see your comments. Oh no! Wait, now I can see it. Oh my god!
There you go.
Look at your comments. Oh, guys, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about the comments.
I'm sorry about not responding to the response to the comments.
Oh god.
What are they saying?
No, there's I think John is referring to the Staten Island show as Fuck That Show. Joe's telling me no, he hasn't looked at my comments. Yes, I didn't. I thought it was just gonna update. Shut up, Joe. Tell funny jokes, Jerry. Joe says God no. Kenny's yelling at me. Look at my comments. They're currently online getting my ass kicked. They forgot about us. That's no okay.
Tell
anyway,
funny jokes.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Anyway,
I'm never sorry.
I'm. This is the first time we're streaming on Facebook. I haven't been able to
multitask.
To multitask. Anyway, so what was I saying though?
Again, to not multitask.
Oh yeah. So your dad. So your dad got the. Was it the Alexa or the Google Home?
The Google Home.
Oh, the Google Home. Okay, I'm not sure about the Google Home. I know about Alexa, but I'm not too sure about the Google Home. So it's currently trying not to kill him.
Exactly.
Okay.
Well, my dad's sick with the flu upstairs, so
Shit.
it might be killing him sooner.
Oh, thanks, Jerry. Thanks for telling me.
I'm just gonna give you the biggest hug in the world right
so
now.
Now you're carrier of the flu, and now I'm gonna get the flu. Thanks, Jerry.
Never.
What was I gonna say? See, now you made me lose my train of thought here with the whole flu thing. Thank you. You know I'm such a germaphobe, and you had to tell me that. So
I'm being sarcastic. He only has the chills.
They're multiplying.
Yes.
And
there was
so
control.
What did you get for Christmas? What did you get for Christmas, if anything?
So I didn't get anything too special aside from the clothes and I got tickets to see Travis Scott. If anyone wants to go see them with me, I'm always having a free ticket open. So please let me know in the comments between Joe and John openly admitting he hates Travis Scott.
And Danny and Diaz. They're all watching the hilarity that is our live stream. I didn't get too much for Christmas.
You got this podcast.
Yeah, I got a couple of books, and I got a bunch of money that I spent on video games and stuff. One thing I did buy myself was the EverDrive.
Oh yeah,
for the Super Nintendo, because I have it for the N64. So and now I'm just waiting for it to come from Ukraine. So I'm waiting for the feds to come and knock on my door.
Can you imagine you'll have 20 SWAT FBI people, and they're all abruptly knocking on your door, and then you're like, "Whoa, well, what'd I do?" And then they're like, "Here's the game. Have a good day." Yes.
You're like, here you go. And here you go, son. It's like I'm just ordering stuff from the Ukraine guys. I'm not trying to currently kill anybody. Anyway, side note. Diverging from that, we had a big wrestling event over the weekend, Jerry. Here's where you can take a nap for 5 minutes.
All right. I need sleep, thank God.
I watched it. I watched New Japan Pro Wrestling over at Jimmy's house, and we were watching it. I thought it was okay. I thought it was a little underwhelming. Jerry, you've watched wrestling on and off for a good 4 or 5 years with me.
Yeah,
with
thanks
me.
to you.
So real quick, guys, before I get into New Japan, a funny story about Jerry is that
you're gonna tell him Chris Jericho?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell him the Chris Jericho story. So Jerry never watched wrestling a day in his life, and this was first 6 months that you and me knew each other.
This was 9 years ago.
This was 2010, and we all had this big book of who's gonna who. We didn't have any money involved, but we were all so who's gonna win whose match? And Jerry was like, I'll just pick Chris Jericho to beat Edge. While everyone else was like, we're going to pick Edge to win because that's the logical pick because he won the damn Royal Rumble. And sure enough, Jericho won that damn match. And we all looked at Jerry and was like, Jerry, you don't even watch wrestling. Get the hell out of here.
That's why wrestling's fake, guys. When people like me win.
What? Don't you say it's not fake, Jerry.
It's real to me.
Take this chair and crack you over that with it. Is it fake? You just triggered our wrestling fans and stuff. Anyway,
I welcome you with open arms right here.
So I'll just talk about some of the matches that we watched because I did watch all the matches. I watched Will Ospreay versus Kota Ibushi. That was an okay match. That went about 18 minutes. Nothing really, I guess, big to say. There was a moment where he did some type of backflip and landed on his legs. I'm really bad at describing things to you, Jerry. It was good. It was an okay match. I also watched Zack Sabre Jr. His match, and he twists your arm. It looks very uncomfortable when he does joint.
Does it feel like it's twisting your arms even when he's not?
No. Yeah, Jay. I gotta twist your arm sometimes just to do things.
Ooh.
What was I?
And episode 21 will be the last episode.
It will be the last damn episode. I watched Juice Robinson versus Cody. That match sucked. That match only went 9 minutes. I watched my boy Jay White beat Okada. The guy that's impossible to beat. He's like the John Cena or Roman Reigns of New Japan. He's impossible to beat, and he beat him in the middle of the ring. My boy Switchblade beat him. That was a great match. Jericho versus Naito was a great match. I give that 4 stars. 4 stars. And the Tanahashi and Kenny Omega match. Very disappointed that Kenny Omega lost. I don't know why the hell they made him lose against Tanahashi, who's 45 years old. Who looked broken down in that match. He looked blown. I think he looked blown midway through that match. He just looked like he literally looked like he couldn't keep up with Kenny Omega. And if anybody in the chat room wants to debate me on that, you can debate me on that.
And I'll moderate it.
Yeah,
I'll make sure Christian loses at all costs.
Oh yeah, he couldn't keep up on the in the match, but he won, and I was just like, oh. So Omega's leaving, and now they're wondering where he's gonna go. He's got offers from WWE, and he's got offers from a new company that's on the rise. So I don't know where he's gonna show up, Jerry. Jerry, where would you go? Where would you go? Would you go up to a startup that you don't know if it's gonna be successful, or would you go to the big conglomerate if you had to choose?
I would, if I feel connected with the startup the way the trajectory is going to be, I would probably invest in the startup and try to work my way from that.
Even if you
and then have more of a stake in that when it develops over time.
That's interesting. I don't know where I would go. WWE kind of makes me nervous. Like, I'm not too sure they would know how to use him correctly, and I wouldn't tell him to go to like NXT and stuff. That's like the farm team.
Right.
That's like you getting like a big baseball player from like one of the big teams. Yes, I'm gonna struggle saying names because I don't watch sports, Joe. And I'll just say a name from like 10 years ago since I did not play baseball anymore. Like Mike Piazza. It's like saying Mike Piazza to go to like another team, but they go to like their farm team.
Yeah.
It's like you can't really. You can't really, I guess, do that, if that makes sense. Because he's such a big time player. Like, Kenny Omega's such a big time player. To send him down to...
You're going to send him to the Staten Island Pizza Rats at this point.
Is that a permanent name change now? Or
it better be. It was brilliant. They're marketing like, significantly. You know how they did deliveries, right?
But why Pizza Rats? Why... Was there a reason for Pizza Rats?
Well, I mean, as you're talking to an ultimate foodie over here...
Oh, yeah, ultimate
might
foodie,
as well
have
ultimate
foodie,
in the name.
What?
I might as well have investment in the name.
Yeah, foodie, Jerry.
I just had my 2 L&B slices from Domenico's. # cheap plug.
I had Saturday. I was with helped shooting a web series, and I had like Goodfellas, and then I just had like the rest of my Goodfellas today that I froze. It filled me up to the brim.
So you froze it and then ate it?
Yeah. So, what are some of the New Year's resolutions you got for the pod? Not like in personal, for like the podcast. What are some things you want to see for the podcast?
I love
give the people something to like go
There's a couple things I have in mind. There's one thing I was telling you about yesterday I want to share with people to see if it would be convincing based on how you would think of it. So I want to start something called Act It Out. So let's say you have like an actor on our podcast. You would give that person a set of lines from a movie and then do the lines as somebody else's character. So like, can you imagine like Leonardo DiCaprio on The Wolf of Wall Street trying to like do The Godfather or something like that?
Or your favorite, Ray Romano trying to do Scarface, which you said to me yesterday. It's like, oh, Ray Romano Scarface. It was like, first you got the money, then you get... Wait, what's the line? Hold on. Trying to think.
Say hello to my little friend.
First you get the money, then you get the bitches, or something like that. Yeah, Mooseport.
Lorraine.
I'm gonna be the mayor of Mooseport.
You know what here's the resolution that I'm going to promise from this point on, and I just thought of it now. No more mentioning of Welcome to Mooseport. Our viewership right now is going to go up at least 50, guaranteed.
Yeah, for you not mentioning Welcome to Mooseport for the 10,000th time.
Exactly. I will never mention Welcome to Mooseport moving forward.
Alright, you heard it here, guys. Welcome to Mooseport. We're going to have Jerry...
Finally have good taste in movies.
You actually have to go to the movies. This time, Jerry.
It's like you're putting me on assignments. It's like, Jerry, be a normal civilian and please go to the movies.
Yeah. What was the last movie that you saw?
I don't... It had to have been in the last year. I just don't remember what. Oh, it was Deadpool 2.
Oh, no, I remember what movie I went with you to see. The last movie I went to see was Ant-Man. The first Ant-Man, not Ant-Man and the Wasp. The first damn Ant-Man, which was like 2015, Jerry. Good Lord.
Hey, it's under 5 years ago. I'm proud of myself.
No, you're not. No, you shouldn't.
No, I'm not.
You shouldn't be proud of yourself. Is there anything else for the podcast, or?
It would be great, based on how things go and viewership.
Hold that thought. No, keep talking.
I would love to see if there's a chance we could get into a studio somewhere. That would be like an amazing thing for us, to have more of a professional setup. Times Square is great over here, as you can see. The aroma is really surrounding itself. But nevertheless.
Yeah, I'm going to get sick with the flu.
So you want to do that on the podcast?
No, please, God, no. I will kill you. And what do you know, Jerry? Well, what happened? We lost the camera again.
No.
Good Lord, why does this shit happen? So while I'm fixing some stuff, do you have any events coming up?
So for one of my events, March 23rd, we are going to be doing a Sing Till Sunrise for Sunrise Day Camp, a free summer camp for children with cancer and their siblings. Details still to come, but we're definitely going to make this one of the biggest events that you could possibly imagine. Can't wait to make that happen on Staten Island, and it's going to be a very good time. As Christian is prompting me to talk more and more, I know the real impromptu is happening right now here. But, just with like how the podcast is working, we definitely want to keep things moving forward and not impromptu such as this. And we're on cue. Is Christian going to have this done in 10 seconds? Here's the ice-breaking challenge over here.
So the camera. I don't know what's going on with the camera, but.
And he doesn't fuck up.
Yeah. So have fun looking at a blank screen for a little bit, guys. We're always having issues with the camera for some reason.
I gotta say this: you handled it like a pro when Cesar Vargas was on.
Oh yeah.
I gotta commend you on that, because we were just pretty much angry our way through, and then you just fixed it 10 seconds later.
Yeah, without anybody noticing, which is good. So guys, real quick for guys that are joining us, have fun looking at the blank screen. I got to fix all these issues. For some reason, the camera just goes on sleep mode halfway through the
It's
shoot.
like me when I'm at a Slayer concert.
Yeah, well, that's another funny story. But we're almost done here. This is a quick episode because I wanted to test out the Facebook Live, and I wanted to make sure we could do that in the future. I want to talk about New Year's. We didn't really have any guests lined up because, New Year's break, people still went on vacation. So for some goals for me for New Year's, Jerry, is I would really like to get some, we had some big guests last year. We had Larry Sharp. We had
Michael Levy, Craig Lloydron.
Oh yeah. So
John Gregorio.
Oh yeah. John was a big guest.
John is a huge deal, with a Y in that.
Yeah. I would really like to. There's some big guests that I would like to have. People that you're gonna have to pull some strings with
So you mean
Jerry.
Joe Volante? Joe Volante?
Oh no, Joe Volante.
I hope he's our biggest guest this year, please.
Joe is gonna be on the podcast the week after WrestleMania.
Joe,
That's gonna be
That's
the big year anniversary of the podcast. He's gonna be on the podcast, Joe Volante. Of course, we've been building him up for a year. I'm trying to gain a little following for him, a posse, if it were. And
we're gonna bring back the Insane Clown Posse.
Oh yeah, Joe. Yeah, I would love to get a following to the point that we get some merchandise going. That would be.
Can I design everything?
No.
Guys, what are you thinking there for Joe watching?
What? Sorry, I was reading the comments. Yeah, Joe's going to be on the podcast. That's that year one. For some guests from me that I would love to, get.
Ooh, I got something. I'd love to cover events.
Oh yeah, like
That'd be
what?
something.
Like what kind of events? Like
Well, you know how Chris Marcianti does like his horror film festival.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to have the podcast go live and do like after interviews and stuff like that.
Oh, cool.
So
yeah.
Chris, if you're listening, please make me a sandwich and then we'll talk.
Chris has to come back on the podcast. I know I promised that he was going to be on the podcast back in October, but shit happens. He was really busy. We were supposed to do the Halloween review of the movie.
Then it was Thanksgiving.
And then Thanksgiving came, and then all that other stuff. So, Jerry, I'm going to try to get you pull some strings. I know the 25th anniversary of Wu-Tang's coming up. I want to see if we could get somebody from the Wu-Tang to come on the podcast.
Oh, man. That's my assignment right here.
As a personal goal, since he's in New York, maybe we could go on location for a podcast for once, and we can get Neil deGrasse Tyson to come on. That's another big goal I want. Definitely want to get another big filmmaker on, so I can him and me can bond on filmmaking. Like me and Marcus.
Yeah, you two broed the hell out on that one.
Oh yeah, we broed the hell out. We definitely want to get Craig Lordgen back on.
We need to get him and another one of our guests to do like a joint episode.
Oh, do a joint episode.
Can you imagine like Craig and Antonio Gerardo?
Oh, good lord, that would be hilarious.
The battle of the dads.
But I have a whole list of things for the podcast, Jerry. I definitely want to moving into a studio would be really cool. I have some things I can't talk about right now, NDA stuff, not film related. Hopefully that pans out within the next couple of weeks, maybe a couple of months, hopefully, to expand the podcast and do other podcasts as well. Not just collective podcasts, some other podcasts too. I know you have other stuff too that you want to do. Got a lot of goals this year. 2019 can potentially be a very, very big year. I know everybody's asking about the trailer for the next film. I can't really talk about it. It's almost done. I can tell you the trailer's done. Not releasing it yet. Got to get all that stuff done. Me and Chris will be appearing at MonsterCon in March. We're gonna go to MonsterCon, so say hi. I know Fuzz on the Lens always makes an appearance there, so hey, say hi to them too.
MonsterCon.
Yeah, MonsterCon. Yeah, we're gonna.
Nice.
I'm going to see Danielle Harris. Going to see.
Christian's going to get his phone out right there.
We're going to get. Oh God, who else is going to be? Christina Ritchie's going to be there. So me and Chris are going to meet her.
You're going to go up to her and be like, "Hey, you have 10 digits. Use
them wisely." A whole bunch of people are going to be there. That me and Chris will definitely want to meet. Potentially work with. LOL. There's that. The film whenever that gets launched. So yeah, that's basically it, Jerry. I got nothing else to talk about. You got anything else to talk about, Jerry?
Well, the only thing I gotta say is we gotta make sure that we're achieving those goals. So guys, even after this, please comment of what else you want us to accomplish, and we'll be sure that we won't listen to you and not do anything that you say.
So now it's time for my shameless plugs, Jerry.
Counting from 1, 2,
Thank you.
3.
Thank you for everybody that was watching live on Facebook. For those of you that don't like the Facebook, please like it. That'll definitely get our numbers up and when I shared when I shared the YouTube video, please click on it. Watch it. That helps us get more numbers up. Subscribe to YouTube, which it's Caputo Collective or Caputo Productions. Type whichever in, you'll find us. It's easy. We got Collective Gaming. New season started already last week. We're definitely going to continue with that. Excuse me. All the episodes are currently scheduled to launch. I got nothing else to do. No voiceovers, no nothing. I'm going to try to do some live streaming. Ooh. Definitely for video games on Twitch once I get the Twitch launched. I could tell you that I'm going to probably do an episode on Kingdom Hearts 3 when it comes out.
You're going to do an episode on Kingdom Hearts 3.
Oh, yeah, well, in a couple of weeks when it comes out.
I'll do that one with you.
Oh,
I actually used to like Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, really? So what? Jerry's shocking me here.
Yeah, I actually used to play the first one.
Oh, well, of course. The second one's really awesome, too. I'm going to try to get a couple of my friends on to play that. I'm working on a web series we're in development for that I mentioned early in the podcast that I stopped mentioning because we had a little bit of block, but now we're actively working on it. We're in pre-production, so I can't really say like well, not pre-production. We're in
Is that
development.
before pre-production?
Yeah, we're in development stage. We're still in the development stage, but the development stage is actually moving forward. Yeah, I think that's everything that I can think of. Also, we're on Instagram. Follow us on Instagram at Caputo Productions, Caputo Collective. Follow us on Facebook, Caputo Collective. Collective Gaming has a Facebook page now like that, like Caputo Collective at YouTube on Facebook.
I feel like
I'm stumbling my words here.
I feel like he's telling me to do all this stuff. I'm like, Christian, that'll be my New Year's resolutions for 2020.
Yeah, I'm stumbling here because it's the first podcast.
My looks, they're so intimidating.
Yeah, Joe says Fozzie Bear and Sanjaya. He's calling us Fozzie Bear and Sanjaya.
Joe, can you please? How about this, Joe?
Yeah.
Let's make a little proposition with you.
Mm-hmm.
Repost that Fozzie Bear Sanjaya flyer, and for the next live that we do, we're gonna post that instead of this.
All right, Joe, you have your work cut out for you. And the hell was the other thing I was going to say? I definitely Star Trek Discovery's coming back in 3 weeks, and of course, I'd love to talk about it. You hear the excitement in my voice because I only like good Star Trek series and good Star Trek movies. But I want to get our good friend Carmine to come on and talk about Star Trek. Our love for Star Trek and just.
I would even love to witness this.
Oh, yeah.
Because Carmine's a very engaging person, to put it lightly.
Yup. Definitely Kyle. Want to get Kyle, our good friend Kyle, to come on. Yeah, so that's basically it, guys. I got nothing else. Jerry, you got any plugs? Anything to plug?
I just said we got to leave it off on Kyle. That's the perfect way to do it.
All right, guys. So, of course, this is Facebook Live. Of course, the actual audio of this will be dropping on Friday, and same thing with the video will be dropping on Friday on YouTube. Subscribe. Let's get those subscription numbers up.
Let's do it.
Let's go. Let's get this going, guys. Let's get this going.
500 likes tomorrow.
No. I want to get some subscribers going. Let's go. Come on, guys. I know you guys can do it. There's a lot of people like the page. Not a lot of people like the YouTube channel. So let's get this going. Let's go up, guys.
I haven't tried.
I love you all. Okay. See you next time, guys.
Love.